On Jeff's first day working as a ULIFT driver, he drives two college girls. They invite him to celebrate their exam by taking mushrooms, but Jeff politely says no and drops them off. Later, he meets his mom at a cafe, and she gives him a drink made from fermented sauerkraut, which Jeff doesn't like. His mom asks how his new job is going, but he tells her he was fired. She's upset because he just started last month. Jeff explains that the company was cutting staff and he was let go because he was new. Jeff mentions his new job at ULIFT, but his mom dismisses it, saying it's not a real job, which hurts Jeff. At home, Jeff talks to his girlfriend Sam about his day. He says the worst part was meeting his mom because she didn't take his new job seriously. Still, he's happy to be home. The next day, Jeff's car breaks down while driving. His passenger, upset about missing an important meeting, yells at him. To avoid a bad rating, Jeff offers all the money in his pocket. A homeless man helps him move the car to the side of the road, and Jeff thanks him. The man then holds up a sign asking for money, but Jeff has no cash left since he gave it all to the passenger. Jeff meets Sam at the cafe and tells her he lost his job because his car broke down, and now he can't afford to fix it. He feels like his life is unlucky. Sam then mentions that her friend Kumar is going to India for 3 months and has given her his car. She offers Jeff to use it, and he kisses her in thanks. Later, Jeff is driving a woman in his new car when he sees the homeless man who helped him before. He gives him some cash. After dropping off his passenger, Jeff notices $200 on the seat, but the woman says it's not hers. At home, Jeff excitedly tells Sam about the money he found, but worries his good luck won't last long. The next day, Jeff sees the homeless man again while driving and gives him his lunch. While driving a passenger, he notices some grocery bags in the hatchback and tells her about them, but she says they're not hers. Jeff takes the bags home, confused about where they came from. That night, while making dinner, Jeff talks to Sam about his strange, lucky moments. He suddenly realizes what they all have in common, but decides to test it before telling her. The next day, he asks Sam if she needs anything, and she asks for running shoes. When he comes home with several boxes of shoes, Sam is surprised. Jeff thinks his luck comes from helping the homeless man. He gave him $20 and then found $200. After giving him lunch, he found the grocery bags. Today, he gave the man Sam's old shoes and found all the shoe boxes in the car. Jeff and Sam celebrate their good luck with wine, but they're down to the last bottle. They decide to give it to the homeless man. The next day, Jeff drives Josh West, a famous singer. He asks Josh to sing a song for Sam, so Josh sings to her over the phone. Afterward, Jeff gives the homeless man the wine and goes home with more bottles. Each day, Jeff gives the homeless man random items, and every time, he and Sam are excited when more things return to them. One night, the couple goes to a fancy restaurant. Sam suggests Jeff should give the homeless man money instead of things. Jeff decides to give him $1,000, hoping to get $10,000 in return. The next day, Jeff gives the man the money while driving a passenger. The man mentions that more homeless people are showing up because word of Jeff's luck is spreading. Later, Jeff meets Sam at the cafe and shows her the $10,000 he found in the car. They plan to give the man the money and get $100,000, but the man isn't at his usual spot. They search for him but can't find him. Back home, Sam is upset with Jeff for losing his lucky charm, but Jeff promises to find him. The next day, Jeff meets his mom, who gives him another fermented drink, saying he'll eventually get used to it. When she asks how things are going, Jeff tells her about the homeless man. She believes Jeff is experiencing instant karma, where good deeds lead to quick rewards. She encourages him to keep doing good things for others during his job. Jeff is surprised when his mom calls ULIFT a real job. She apologizes for thinking otherwise, and Jeff thanks her for the drink, saying it tastes better now. He heads back to work. While waiting for his next passenger, Jeff's mom shows up and surprises him by getting in the car as his passenger. She tells him she's supporting his job. Soon, they find a homeless man and offer him a drink and some money. The man is happy and thanks them before they leave. After dropping his mom off, she mentions how the instant karma didn't happen, but Jeff tells her he enjoyed spending time with her. At home, Sam is upset with Jeff for spending the whole day with his mom instead of finding his lucky charm. She's angry because she's always been there for him, but now he's acting like it's no big deal that the charm is gone. Jeff thinks their luck might have been instant karma. He tells her he and his mom gave things to homeless people, but nothing showed up in the car afterward. Sam asks about the car's hatchback, so they check it and find drinks and money inside. The next day, Jeff drives a man who looks familiar and learns he's the mayor of Chandler. Jeff gives the mayor some gum when he drops him off, and the mayor says he'll pay him back. Afterward, Jeff opens the door for his next passenger and finds packs of gum inside the car. When he gets home, he shows Sam the many items he found. They realize that whenever Jeff gives something to someone, it comes back to him tenfold. Excited that it works, they kiss. Sam tells Jeff that his car is fixed, so he heads to the shop. The mechanic explains that only the fuel system needed cleaning, which surprises Jeff since the shop didn't try to charge him for anything else. The mechanic assures him that they look out for their customers. Jeff uses his repaired car to buy groceries and drive his next passenger. The woman is in a rush, saying she knocked out her boyfriend and took his stash. Jeff gets nervous when she pulls out a gun, which she used on her boyfriend. She complains about forgetting her chapstick, and Jeff almost crashes the car while trying to find one in the grocery bags. The woman grabs a chapstick from the bag, then pulls out her gun again and demands money. Jeff quickly gives her all the cash in his pocket and drops her off, relieved to be done with the situation. At dinner, Jeff is still shaken by the encounter, so Sam reassures him that it was just a rare event. When she asks for more details, Jeff gets frustrated and refuses to talk about it. Later, he goes to take the bags out of the car, but when he comes back, he's troubled because he didn't get anything in return after giving the woman the bags. Jeff realizes that the instant karma didn't happen because the woman took his things instead of him giving them to her. The next day, Jeff talks to Sam about how his luck might be connected to Kumar's car. He decides to test his theory and uses Kumar's car again. While driving a passenger, they discuss karma, and Jeff demonstrates instant karma by giving money to a homeless woman. Later, Jeff meets his friend Emilio at a bar and offers to buy their beers. He gives Emilio $1,000 to help pay for his mom's cancer treatment. Afterward, Jeff goes home and shows Sam $10,000, along with a shirt he made that says Instant Karma, with karma spelled with a C because their luck came from a magical car. Back at work, Jeff meets the first homeless man he helped. The man is holding a sign that says Jennifer Aniston won't date him because he's poor. Jeff suggests they could change things, so he invites the man, Harry Swain, to talk at the stadium. Harry explains that his father used to take him to baseball games, and he dreamed of being a baseball player. Jeff apologizes for not asking his name earlier. When Jeff asks why Harry disappeared after he gave him the money, Harry explains that someone saw the money exchange, and he was beaten up for it, spending weeks in the hospital. Despite this, Harry is happy to be back at work. Jeff congratulates Harry and offers him some money. Harry decides to use it to get off the streets for a while. Jeff tells him about the Fiesta Town apartments nearby, where he could stay for 6 months while looking for a job. While eating at a restaurant, Sam expresses concern that their money is just sitting in the car. Jeff decides to keep most of it at home and only take a small portion to manage their spending. The two go on a shopping spree, buying lots of clothes, jewelry, and a big TV. When they return home, Jeff gets a call from Emilio. Emilio tells him he gambled the money Jeff gave him to make more, but he lost it all and now needs $100,000 by tonight. Jeff decides to help Emilio pay his debt, and he and Sam eagerly kiss, knowing they will get $1 million in return. Next, Jeff picks up his passenger Clint, who warns him to be cautious while driving at night because he might run into dangerous people. During the drive, Jeff stops by Emilio's place to give him the money, and Emilio thanks him, promising to pay him back. Clint, amused by the situation, offers Jeff a job, but Jeff turns it down. When they reach their destination, Jeff grabs Clint's bag from the hatchback and hands it to him. After Clint leaves, Jeff checks and finds another bag full of money. He heads home to Sam with $1 million, and they celebrate their good fortune. The next day, the couple cleans Kumar's car, planning to return it tomorrow. They're thrilled to be millionaires. However, Jeff receives a voicemail from Clint, demanding that he return his bag right away. Jeff and Sam are confused because Jeff is sure he didn't mix up the bags. Clint calls again, accusing Jeff of stealing the money and saying he saw him on the security camera. When Jeff denies it, Clint reveals that he has Emilio hostage at a warehouse downtown and gives Jeff 2 hours to return the money. If not, he says they'll kill both Emilio and Jeff. Sam suggests running away, but Jeff decides to figure out what's going on first. He thinks something might be wrong with the car, so he goes to check. After a while, Jeff finds a statue on the floor. He returns inside and sees Sam packing her bags, ready to leave. Jeff insists on helping Emilio and shows Sam the statue he found. Sam recognizes the statue because she took it out of the car while they were cleaning. They look it up online and find out it's a statue of Shaunie, the god of karma. They realize that the statue is the source of their good luck. Soon after, Jeff calls Clint and tells him he's on his way to the warehouse. With only 1 hour left, the couple arrives and finds Emilio tied to a chair, injured, with Clint and 2 other men standing nearby. Seeing his friend hurt, Jeff insists that Emilio didn't do anything wrong, but Clint explains that Emilio refused to pay the 10% interest on Jeff's loan, so they started hurting him. Clint orders his assistant to tie up Jeff and Sam and asks if they brought the money. Jeff tells Clint that they hid it so he wouldn't be able to get it if they're killed. He offers to return the money if they let all 3 of them go. Angry, Clint says he will write 2 options on pieces of paper for Jeff to choose. One will say to let them go, and the other will say to harm them. Unbeknownst to them, Clint writes harm them on both papers. Jeff asks to be untied first, and Clint agrees, saying he's not playing any tricks. But Jeff suddenly eats one of the papers. He explains that the remaining paper should be the opposite of the one he ate. Since the remaining paper still says harm them, Jeff insists that the paper he ate said, let them go. He quickly unties Sam, and they run for their lives. Clint and his men chase after the couple, leaving Emilio behind. Sam urges Jeff to drive faster, her voice filled with panic, but they soon reach a dead end. Jeff slams on the brakes and quickly turns the car around, hoping they've managed to lose Clint and his men. For a moment, it seems like they've escaped, but just as they breathe a sigh of relief, Clint's car appears in the rearview mirror, closing in fast. The couple knows they can't outrun them, so they get out of the car and dash for cover behind some nearby crates. One of Clint's men fires shots at them, the sound of the bullets whizzing by making their hearts race. Terrified, they cling to each other, silently praying they won't be hit. Clint's voice booms, ordering them to show themselves, and after a few tense moments, they step out from their hiding place, too afraid to do anything else. Without warning, Clint punches Jeff hard in the face, knocking him to the ground, and demands his money. Sam, in tears, pleads with Jeff, begging him to tell Clint where the money is so they can finally be free from this nightmare. Jeff, struggling to get up, knows there's no other choice. He tells Clint the money is in the hatchback of the car. Clint doesn't waste any time. He grabs Sam roughly, pressing a gun to her head as he orders Jeff to lead the way. Jeff's heart is pounding, but he does as Clint demands. He opens the hatchback and hands over the bag of money. Clint releases Sam, satisfied, and the couple can finally breathe again as Clint and his men leave without causing any more harm. Time passes, and Jeff continues working for U-Lift. One day, he drives a wealthy businessman, noticing the Shaunie statue still in the car. When they arrive, Jeff asks about the other bag. The businessman hesitates and replies, "It's not mine either."
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and stay connected with us.